Good morning, students. How are you all? I know you all must be fine. I welcome you to your new class 4th. I think few of you must be knowing me as I have taught you earlier in class 3rd, and few of you might not be knowing me. So I would like to tell you my name is Ashita and I'll be teaching you English 2. Yes, what are you all saying? Okay, you are getting bored at home. Mummy must not be letting you go outside. Neither you are able to meet your friends. I am also getting bored a lot at home. Children, you know that because of coronavirus, we have to stay home to cut down the chain of this deadly disease which is caused by the virus. So children, we don't have to waste the time now because we have thought of teaching you online. We must not waste our time because time is very precious. You all know that. So children, through the medium of phone, we will be teaching you and giving you homework which you have to do in your copies. If you don't have copies at home, you can do on the papers, but you have to do the work what is given to you on daily basis, and children, don't forget to write the date. And don't worry about the books. I know you all must not be having your books because the book is changed. We are taking from this session, it is a new book which we are using. So I know many of you must not be having the books. So don't worry about the books. I'll be explaining you the chapter, and then the work related to the chapter will be given in the form of worksheets. So you look into the worksheets and then you have to do the work in your copies. Friend, let me introduce to you the first chapter of class 4th English 2. So you look onto the board. The name of the first chapter is Pippi, P-I-P-P-I. Pippi goes to the circus. All of you, I know, are very happy to hear the word circus because it excites you. Everyone is very excited, especially the children are very excited to go to the circus. Now this is a story about a little girl who is about to go to the circus for the first time. You are excited to know about the story? So let's get started. I'll be reading the chapter for you all and then explain you little by little, okay? Pippi was an extraordinarily strong, red-headed, 9-year-old girl whose father was a sea captain. What was Pippi's father? He was a sea captain. Because she had grown up at sea, she didn't know much about life on land. Let's read what happened when Pippi's friends, Tommy and Annika, invited her to go with them to the circus. Okay, now let me ask you, if you have heard me properly, let me ask you, what were the names of Pippi's friends? Yes? Okay, I know you are very good students and you are listening to me carefully. The names of the friends were, one was Tommy and another one was Annika. Okay children, let us start. A circus had come to the little town and all the children were begging their mothers and fathers for permission to go. Of course, Tommy and Annika asked to go too, and their father gave them some money. Clutching it tightly in their hands, they rushed over to Pippi's. Clutching means holding. When father gave money to Tommy and Annika, they held it tightly in their hands and they rushed over to Pippi. Who was Pippi? She was an extraordinarily strong girl, red-headed, 9-year-old girl. How was Pippi? extraordinarily strong, red-headed, 9-year-old girl whose father was a sea captain. Clear? Next, coming forward. Pippi said, Tommy, all out of breath because they had been running so fast. Pippi, do you want to go with us to the circus? Tommy and Anika, after taking the money from their father, they have come to Pippi's house to ask her if she wanted to go with them to the circus. So Pippi has said, okay, I can go with you most anywhere, answered Pippi. But whether I can go to the circus or not, I don't know, because I don't know what a circus is. Does it hurt? Pippi was not knowing what a circus is because she has never been on land because her father was a sea captain. And you know the spelling of circus is C-I-R-C-U-S. But for Pippi, the spelling of circus was S-U-R-K-U-S. And she asked them, Anika and Tommy, whether this circus hurts. She thought that circus is some animal or anything which is hurting. Okay. Silly, said Tommy. What did Tommy call Pippi? Silly. Of course it doesn't hurt. It's fun. There are horses and clowns and people that walk the tightrope. What all can you see in a circus? Horses and clowns and people that walk on tightrope. You must have seen a rope across the in the circus, and it's very tight, and you must have seen people balancing on the rope. Yes or no? It's called a tightrope. So Tommy is explaining to Pippi what exactly a circus is. It costs money, said Anika, opening her small fist to see if the shiny $50 and the quarters were still there. Now Anika was tightly holding the money which she had got from her father into her fist. You know what is a fist? When you hold something like this, the hand become like this. It is you are making a fist of your hand. So she just opened the fist of her hand to see whether the shiny $50 and the quarters were still there. I am rich as a troll, said Pippi. So I guess I can buy a circus, all right. Pippi is now saying that she is very rich. A troll means something who is very rich. In older days, emperor and all, they were very rich. So Pippi is saying, I guess I can buy a circus, all right, because I am very rich. Oh, don't be silly, said Tommy. Now Tommy is again checking her and calling silly because she is thinking that she is very rich. Pippi is very rich and she can buy the circus. So Tommy is again calling her silly. Oh, don't be so silly, said Tommy. You don't buy a circus. It costs money to go and look at it. He is saying we are not supposed to buy the circus, but we need money because we have to buy the tickets to see the circus. So Tommy is explaining everything to Pippi because Tommy is Pippi's friend and Pippi is not knowing what a circus is. Oh dear, cried Pippi and shut her eyes tightly. It costs money to look, and here I go around goggling all day long. Goodness knows how much money I have goggled up already. She's saying that I've been looking all day, everything, and I don't know how much money I have goggled up already. At last, Tommy and Anika managed to explain to Pippi what a circus really was. And she took some money out of her suitcase. Then she put on her hat which was as big as a millstone, and off they all went. And off they all went. Then what did Pippi do finally? She was able to understand that what exactly a circus is. Finally, the goal was achieved by Anika and Tommy, that they were able to explain Pippi what a circus is. So finally what she did, she took out some money of her suitcase. Then she put on her hat, which was as big as a millstone. It was very big. And off they all went. Tommy and Anika came to sit on some beautiful red chairs right next to the ring. Where they all sat? On beautiful chairs right next to the ring. This is a marvelous place. What is a marvelous place? The circus. Who is saying? Pippi. Said Pippi, looking around in astonishment. But see, they have spilled sawdust all over the floor. Not that I am over fussy myself, but that does look careless to me. She is saying everything is very nice, I am liking the place, it's marvelous, but can you see they have spilled sawdust? Sawdust like sand, okay? All over the floor. She's saying, I'm not fussy myself, but that does look careless to me. She's saying, I'm not fussy, I'm not saying anything, but it is looking very careless to me. Then what happened? Tommy explained that all circuses had sawdust on the floor for the horses to run around in. Now Tommy is again explaining to Pippi that why sawdust is found everywhere in all circuses, because horses can run around in easily. On a platform nearby, the circus band suddenly began to play a thundering march. The curtain in front of the performers' entrance was drawn aside, and the ringmaster in a black frock coat came running into the ring, followed by a coal-black horse. On its back stood a beautiful lady dressed in green silk tights. The program said her name was Miss Carmencita. What was the name of the lady in the green tights? Silk green tights. Her name was Miss Carmencita. Okay? Once again I'll do this paragraph. On a platform nearby, the circus band suddenly began to play a thundering march. What did the circus band play? A thundering march. The curtain in front of the performer's entrance was drawn aside, and after the band was started to play, what happened? The curtains were drawn, means the curtains were opened. As the curtain opened, the ringmaster in a black frock coat. What was the ringmaster wearing? A black frock coat. Came running into the ring. How did he come into the ring? Running. Followed by a coal-black horse. What was the color of the horse? It was absolutely black as coal. On its back stood a beautiful lady. Who was sitting on the back of the horse? A beautiful lady. And what was she wearing? Green silk tights. The program said her name was Miss Carmencita. What was the name of the lady who was sitting on the horse's back? Miss Carmencita. And what was the ringmaster wearing? He was wearing a black frock coat. What was he wearing? Black frock coat. Trotted around in sawdust. Trotted means it was lifting its leg up and down, up and down. The horse trotted around in the sawdust, and Miss Carmencita stood calmly on his back and smiled. How was she sitting? Very calmly. She was not at all scared on sitting at the back of the horse. But then something happened. Just as the horse passed Pippi's seat, something came swishing. Whoosh, something happened. Swishing. Whoosh, through the air. And it was none other than Pippi herself. What had come swishing? It was Pippi, who jumped from her seat. And there she stood on the horse's back. And what happened? She jumped from her seat and sat on the horse's back where Miss Carmencita was already seated. Behind Miss Carmencita. At first, Miss Carmencita was so astonished that she nearly fell off the horse. When she came suddenly, then Miss Carmencita, she got very astonished that how come any girl come and sit behind her. And she became very astonished, and she was nearly about to fall from the horse. She began to push with her hands behind her back to make Pippi jump off. She was pushing Pippi so that she might jump off the horse. But that didn't work. But she was not able to push Pippi because she was sitting very tightly and holding her very tightly. Easy, said Pippi. Do you think you are the only one who can have any fun? Other people have paid too, haven't they? Now, Pippi was thinking that Miss Carmencita is only having fun by riding the horse inside the ring. So she said, why only you want to sit on the horse? You have only not paid the money for the circus. We have also paid. So other people have also paid, haven't they? Then Miss Carmencita tried to jump off herself. Then what happened? She wanted to jump off the horse, Miss Carmencita. But that didn't work either, because Pippi was holding her tightly around the waist. Pippi was very tightly holding Miss Carmencita, and she was unable to jump herself off the horse. The audience couldn't help laughing. They thought it was funny to see the lovely Miss Carmencita held against her will by a little red-headed youngster who stood there on the horse's back. People started to laugh by looking at what was happening in the circus. That when Miss Carmencita wanted to get off the horse herself, she was unable to do that because the little red-headed youngster, she was holding her very tightly around her waist. But the ringmaster didn't laugh. Who was not laughing? The ringmaster. He turned toward an attendant in a red uniform and made a sign to him to go and stop the horse. Now, why was he not laughing? He was very upset because of what was happening in the circus. Then he turned to the attendant. What was the attendant wearing? He was in the red uniform. And he made a sign to the attendant to go and stop the horse. Is this act already over? Asked Pippi in a disappointed tone. Just when we were having so much fun. Now when the attendant went to stop the horse, Pippi is asking the attendant, is the act already over? We were having such a lot of fun. In a disappointed voice, she asked this to the attendant. Get off the horse, said the ringmaster. What did the ringmaster instruct Pippi? Get off the horse. Pippi looked at him sadly. Why are you annoyed with me? She asked. What's the matter? I thought we were here to have fun. Now Pippi is asking ringmaster. She is very sad now because she has been asked to get down from the horse. She is asking the ringmaster, why are you annoyed with me? Why are you angry? Why are you upset with me? What's the matter? I thought we have come here to have fun. she's telling the ringmaster that we have come here to have fun. Why are you asking me to get down? Why are you so annoyed? She skipped off the horse and went back to her seat. But now two huge guards came to remove her from the circus, because what Pippi had done was not correct. She just switched to the to the horse in the ring, inside the ring, where Miss Carmencita has come to show her act. So after she has get down and when she was seated back again, then two guards have come to remove her from the circus. They took hold of her and tried to lift her up. They couldn't do it. Pippi sat absolutely still and it was impossible to budge her, although they tried as hard as they could. Pippi was sitting very still now. She was not ready to get up from her place. No one was able to take her out from the circus. They shrugged their shoulders and went off. Who shrugged their shoulders? The guards who have come to remove Pippi from the circus. Shrug means settle. They settle their coats and all. Pippi smiled and she sat and watched the rest of the show. So here we end with this chapter. So children, I hope you must have enjoyed this chapter. It's a funny chapter. You all have understood. I know children, you are very excited when you hear the word circus. It's but natural. Everyone likes to go to the circus, and so did Pippi was. And what wrong has she done during the circus? Because it was the first time she thought that only that lady on the horse, she is only enjoying herself. So what happened when she came inside the ring and when she was passing by Pippi's seat, she switched from her seat and jumped and sat on the horse. She thought that she also wanted to have some fun sitting on the horse. We have ended this chapter. I hope you must have enjoyed the story of Pippi, how she enjoyed herself in the circus. Now for today, your homework is to listen to this video 2 or 3 times so that you are able to understand the story very well. And I'll be sharing you dictation words which you are supposed to write in your English 2 copy. If you have any spare copy at home or in any rough copy, don't forget to mention the date, because I'll be giving you work date-wise. And when the school reopens, when we are back to school, then everything will be checked. So I hope that you will do your work very neatly, giving proper finger gaps, and you are doing the work at home. So I want a good quality work. So I'll be sharing you dictation words which you have to read and then write it in your copies. Am I clear to everyone? Okay. So I think you will be good students and do your work very nicely. Thank you. Okay children, so here is a list of the dictation words. I'll read out for you one by one, and then what is to be done? You have to write these words in your copies. The first word is permission. 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 Number 2, clutching. 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 Number 3, opening. 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 Number 4, quarters. 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 Number 5, goodness. 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 Number 6, goggled. GOGGLED. Number 7, millstone. M-I-L-L, mill. S-T-O-N-E, stone, millstone. Number 8, marvelous. M-A-R-V-E-L-L-O-U-S, marvelous. Number 9, astonishment. A-S-T-O-N-I-S-H-M-E-N-T, astonishment. Number 10th, spilled. S-P-I-L-L-E-D, spilled. Number 11, explained. E-X-P-L-A-I-N-E-D, explained. Number 12th, thundering. T-H-U-N-D-E-R-I-N-G, thundering. Number 13, performers. P-E-R-F-O-R-M-E-R-S, performers. Number 14th, swishing. S-W-I-S-H-I-N-G, swishing. Number 15th, audience. A-U-D-I-E-N-C-E, audience. Number 16th, disappointed. D-I-S-A-P-P-O-I-N-T-E-D, disappointed. Number 17th, annoyed. A-N-N-O-Y-E-D, annoyed. Number 18th, absolutely. A-B-S-O-L-U-T-E-L-Y, absolutely. Number 19th, shrugged. S-H-R-U-G-G-E-D, shrugged. Last one is 20th word, attendant. A-T-T-E-N-D-A-N-T, attendant. So do your work very neatly, like write the way I have written. Okay, you all can see how I have written 10 words in one line. If it is not fitting, then as much is fitting in your copies, you do it, but your work should be done neatly.